we are trying to think about what is selfless service as explained in most of the literatures and philosophies, religions. Uh, no religion has left out uh, selfless service. It says, Hinduism says that, Islam says that, Christianity says that, Zoroastrianism says that, and you name a religion, it says about selfless service through which you can attain God. What is that selfless service? In this chapter, we can talk about the key concepts covered. Selfless service as a spiritual developer. It is for doing something to others. Is not God asked us to do selfless service. God asked us to understand our nature. Only by doing selfless service we can understand our own angelhood or our spiritual nature or our godly nature. The second concept we need to understand is about adoration of God in every form. So when God is manifest in everything on the universe, everything in the universe is made up of 5 elements. They are interchanged into one element or in another element. It is decomposed and it is converted into one form to the other, but still everything is made up of 5 elements. The indweller, that is the God, is existence. God exists in all these things. Every atom of the universe, everything in the universe is permeated by God in the form of love. We need to explain that in another day. What is the characteristic of selfless service? What we want to cover in this chapter is selfless service as a spiritual discipline. Second, adoration of God in every form. And third, characteristics of selfless service. Selfless, many people said too many things about too many things. So we are in a lot of confusion. What is selfless service? On the spiritual path, the first step is selfless service. Why can't we go to a spiritual path without selfless service? Because when you expect something back for your service, it is a trade, and you are not treating the other person as you are. If you want everything, if you want to pay for everything, do you want to pay for everything? We want to pay only if we have that kind of money. People who have got money, they don't want to pay that kind of money. They want to bargain. So everybody wants to be a winner. So in give and take, it is only a trade. And somebody wants to win, somebody wants to lose. But when it is selfless service, everybody wins. I'll tell you how. Through selfless service, one can realize the divinity that is all in this creation. Selfless service in all its forms, all the world over, is primarily a spiritual discipline for mental cleanup. Our mental cleanup is done by spiritual path of seva or selfless service. Without the inspiration given by the attitude, the urge is bound to ebb and grow dry, or it may meander into pride and pomp. Just think for a moment. Are you serving God, or is God serving you? When a pilgrim stands waist deep in Ganga, takes in his palms a sacred water and reciting an invocatory formula, pours the water as an offering to the deity, and arpan or offering as he calls it, what he has done is only poured Ganga into Ganga. When you offer milk to a hungry child or a blanket to a shivering brother or sister on the pavement, you are but placing a gift of God into the hands of another gift of God. So you are God and he is God, and you are just playing it. That's all. There is no giver or nor a taker. It is for your spiritual upliftment, spiritual purity that it's happening. You are reposing the gift of God in a repository of the divine principle. God serves. He allows you to claim that you have served. God serves the other person, not you. When you got ego, you won't serve. When you serve with ego, the other person may not like to take it, or if he takes, you'll take it only half-hearted or quarter-hearted. So you are reposing the gift of God in a repository of the divine principle. He allows you to claim that you have served. Without his will, not a single blade of grass can quiver in the breeze. Fill every moment with gratitude to the giver and the recipient of all gifts. Giver as well as recipient of all gifts is God. You know the Krishna Tattva. When Krishna took the biggest, when he has given the biggest, largest form on earth, the Vishwarupa, what happened was Arjuna was able to see everything in the world in him. Even Arjuna was there. Even the Krishna standing there as a small Krishna was inside that big Krishna. So what it means is the one unified being that is being taught by us as individually. So we are combined together, all the universe is God, so we are only part of it. How can we have our own views, our own plans, wishes, or nothing? It is going according to the will and wish of the God. I consider Seva as the most important activity of these samitis. Satya Sai Baba talks about Satya Seva samitis, centers or service groups. For it is the highest sadhana, spiritual discipline. Do not entangle yourself in pros and cons and arguments for and against, whether this way or that way. They are the consequence of wrong or perverted scholarship. When scholarship is perverted or learnt in a improper way, these things happen. Love ignores logic. So, who thought logical thinking, intelligence thinking, intelligence creations? Forget about it. Love ignores logic. Love has no logic. Seva respects no syllogism. No syllabus, no syllogism. Try to observe the rules that have been framed through love, to canalize the love that you are required to cultivate. I have said this so often that all of you know my mind already, God's mind. If you call it Baba, Baba's mind. If you call him Jesus, Jesus' mind. If you call him the Father, Father's mind. If you call him Allah, Allah's mind. If you call him Krishna, it's Krishna's mind. If you call him Rama, it's Rama's mind. If you call him Zoroaster, it's Zoroaster's mind. If you call him Buddha, it's Buddhist mind. What is in him? What is in his mind already? Start the day with love. Spend the day with love. Fill the day with love. End the day with love. That is the way to God. When whatever you are doing, if you make it an arpan to God, where is the ego? That is the love you can. The utmost love you can have is for the God. Because individuals, they got different viewpoints. They view you in a different form. But God views you as His own companion, His own ray, His own tiny light. And adoration of God in every form. Seva is the adoration of the Lord, and Vishwa Virat Swarupa. Vishwa Virat Swarupa. God with multi-faced form and with immanence in the entire cosmos. The Vedas described him as thousand-headed, thousand-eyed, thousand-footed. The thousands of hands and eyes and feet are all his. The Lord's worship him. That is the purpose of your seva. He is none other than your own self. When only one can identify that he is God, where is the ego? When you are a God, where is the ego? Do not count on individual as just an individual. The individual is God within him or within her as the reality. Be aware of that. Great sage Vedavyasa has declared that service to human beings is the highest form of worship. Paropakarartha punyaya papaya parapidanam. Do not offend or harm anyone. That is the true adoration of God. For in truth the other is you yourself. Awareness of this truth is the moksha. Share your joy, your wealth and your knowledge with others less fortunate. That is the surest means of earning divine grace. The wise ones use money, strength, intelligence, skills, aptitude and opportunities for helping others and making their lives happier. Thus they win divine grace. For seva, selfless service is the highest form of worship. Spend the years of life where we tell you earn or possess in the service of others who are in distress. Love grows on such service. Service is the sincerest form of adoration of God. You are called sevaks, servants, because you are engaged in seva, selfless service. What exactly is seva? Is it the way in which bhakti manifests itself? That is, devotion manifests. A consequence of devotion, or is it the cause of bhakti? One of the methods by which bhakti is expressed and developed. It is neither. It is not the sine qua non of bhakti, nor is it the result. It is the very essence of bhakti. The very breath of bhakta is or her very nature. It springs from the actual experience of the bhaktas, an experience that convinces him or her that all beings are God's children, that all bodies are altars where God is installed, that all places are His residences. Sara.